Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are going to talk about constructor. So what is constructor and where is it coming from and where did we use it before or did we use it before, right? These are the questions that that is coming into our mind, right? So the thing is yes. The answer is yes. We've been actually using the constructor whenever we create an object of the class, we are calling the constructor. So what's happening is Java, whenever you create an object of the class, Java is actually created the default constructor already. So this is the reason that you are able to create an object of the class. And the second thing we need to know about the constructor, constructor is for initializing the instance variables. So we've been creating an instance variables, but we didn't initialize it, right? We didn't initialize it. So by using the this keyword, in Java, we will be initializing the instance variables. And then name of the constructor is the name of the class. So that's the actually skeleton of the constructor, that how we create a constructor in Java. So name of the class is going to be the constructor name. And also there is no return type. And also constructor cannot be static, constructor cannot be final, constructor cannot be abstract. So when we talk about the constructor is based on object, right? Based on object. So can you think about that? Do you think that does that make sense to be constructor as static? What is the mean of the static? Static is giving you an option that you don't have to create an object of the class, so you can achieve the method or the instance variables from the class, right? You don't have to create an object of the class if those are if they are static method or the instance variable that you created. If they are static, then you don't have to create an object of the class, so you can achieve that. So, but it doesn't make sense, right? If you make the constructor static, then why do we need to create an object of the class, right? But constructor based on the object. To be able to achieve the constructor, you need to create the object of the class. That means like it doesn't make sense, right? So constructor doesn't have to be static, right? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't match. So constructor cannot be final. Why? Because because if you make it final, that means like you cannot make any changes, right? That's the final step. It's the final decision of the constructor. But we need to be so to be able to use the constructor, we need to create an object of the class, right? We need to call it. So that means it doesn't make sense again, right? We need to play around with the constructor. We need to play around with the object of the class. So that's the point of the constructor. So if it's going to be final, that means it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't supposed to be final because we need to be able to create an object of the class, right? And also it cannot be abstract. So you guys don't know what is abstract maybe because I haven't been explaining it to you guys. Abstract, it's actually a process of hiding the implementation details. So some methods are implemented, some methods are not implemented. But if the type of the class, not the public but the abstract class, then you can have unimplemented method and also implemented method. But if you say abstract class, if you try to create the constructor as abstract, which means like you're telling him, hey, this method is not going to be implemented. Then if it is not going to be implemented, then why you are creating a constructor? Right? That doesn't make sense either. So let's get started and learn how do we create a constructor, and you will understand what I'm talking about. But I just wanted to give you a heads up that these are the actually functionalities of the constructor, right? So let's say, what did we say? So constructor is supposed to have the class name, right? So constructor is supposed to have the class name. Okay, that means that's the first step, right? Constructor, and then there is no return type, right? We cannot put here void, right? And also, what do we need to do? We need to parentheses and then curly brackets. Okay, this is the right. This is how you create a constructor. As you guys see, it doesn't take any return type, right? It doesn't take any return type. It is my class name, and also I didn't provide any static, final, or abstract. So let's say I'm gonna try it for you guys. Static, right? I'm gonna try to make it static. It is complaining. What is it telling? Let's see what is it telling, right? So illegal modifier for a constructor in type constructor. Only public protected and the private permitted. right? So you cannot use static, because to be able to call the constructor, you have to create an object of the class. And if you are using static, then you don't want to create the object of the class to be able to achieve anything inside of your class. So that's why static is not. Final. How about final? And it is illegal modifier for a constructor in type constructor, only public protected and the private permitted, right? We are not going to be able to use final. Abstract. It is going to complain again because you already implemented it. You already implemented it. You have to say this. But you implemented it, right? You are using something here, right? That means this cannot be abstract, right? This cannot be abstract. Let's say you are creating one method, right? Let's say you are creating, let's math void abstract math void. But in this class, so math, you cannot do it, right? Because this is not the abstract class. You cannot do it. So, anyways, as we already validated, it cannot be static, it cannot be final, and it cannot be abstract. And also there is no return type, and that's gonna be the interview question, right? That's gonna be the interview question. What is the difference between method and the constructor? Right? Method and the constructor. Method can be final, static, abstract. Method has to have void, and method has to have return type, right? Either maybe data type, return type, void, also return type, right? And also name of the constructor is the name of the class, and the constructor is for initializing the instance variables. Okay, this is our constructor. So I'm gonna type here, I am the default constructor. This is default constructor. So as you guys see, I can put here public protected, and then private, right? It can be public protected, one of the access modifiers it can take. And so let's say I'm gonna create another constructor. Can I do it? Yes, I can do it, of course. I can do it. It is complaining, but again, it is complaining. So there is a duplicate, right? There is a duplicate, but we didn't talk about the method overloading. What I am doing is method overloading, right? If our method or the constructor, if our constructor or the method having the same name but with a different argument, with the different parameters, then you can overload it, right? Integer 8, like I can put integer 8. So you are providing a parameters here right now. What you're doing is method overloading right now, method overloading. But here, I'm gonna say string name, right? String name. So here I can do this. Here, my name is name. I don't know why I go. My name is name, right? My name is name. So what's happening is now we are actually overloading, right? We have created. So if you don't create any constructor, that's fine. Java is going to create one. But if you are creating a constructor in your class, Java is not going to create the default one anymore. Put this in your mind. If there is no constructor that you have created, Java is going to create it for you on the background. But if you are creating one, that means Java is not going to create a constructor for you. So we created the default one, and then we created another one. I'm telling maybe I need another constructor, right? Maybe I need some variables inside. Maybe I need some parameters that my constructor is supposed to take, right? Okay, now it's time to call them, right? Constructor. So to be able to call the constructor, you have to create an object of the class. C equals new constructor, right? New constructor. New constructor. Okay, so we have created it. This is our first constructor, but which one? Which one is this? So if there was no, so right now it is not complaining. The Java is not complaining because there is default one which is not taking any parameters. But if we delete this one, it is going to complain. You have to provide something here. This is the first one, right? C1. And if I run it, you will see I'm the default constructor. Oh, something is coming with the constructor. Something is coming with constructor, right? So if we create another one, another one because we created two constructor here, right? And here, if you provide, because it is taking string parameters, right? It is taking string parameters, so it's not complaining, right? It's not complaining about this because it is already know, it already knows that there is a constructor which is taking parameters, right? Yildirim. So when I run this, my name is Yildirim, right? Which is coming with my name is Yildirim. So this is what the constructor is, right? This is what the constructor is. But why do we need constructor, and why in some cases, right? Like I said, you need to initialize your instance variables. And once you initialize that, so you are going to be able to actually, you are gonna use setters and getters, like there is encapsulation, there is object oriented programming, like concepts, right? Inheritance, abstraction, polymorphism, and also encapsulation, right, in Java. So whenever time comes to use those concepts, so the constructor is going to be useful, right? Constructor is going to be useful. If you want to create another one, you can create another one, right? You can create another one and give here, let's say int age, right? Now it is not continuing because the method overloading, right? As long as you provide different parameters and different type of parameters, different number of parameters, then you are good, right? You can do it. So here I'm gonna name is this, and my age is my age is 8, right? My age is 8. So I'm gonna run this, but it's not on there, right? Because we have to create the object of the class again to be able to call it. So now C2, and Yildirim, and semicolon, because there is another parameter here, and you provide integer, right? And put whatever your age, or if you don't want to give out your age, just put some, I don't know why this is happening, 25, right? 25, let's say 25. And now if I run it, my name is Yildirim, and okay, and my name is Yildirim, and my age is 25, right? This is how you actually decorate the constructor, and this is actually how you differentiate method and the constructor. So I'm gonna make a video about the interview questions about Java, right? Interview questions about Java. So we will be actually going over these topics already. But this is the technical part. Those are the interview concepts, but this is technical part, that how you create the constructor, how you can create a constructor, and constructor can be also here we can put it can be public, right? It can be public, protected, and private, right? It can be public, protected, and private, and also default, and this is how you create the constructor, right? It has to have the class name, and constructor is for initializing the instance variables, and also there is no return type, not even the void. That's how you differentiate the method and the constructor, and also it cannot be static, final, abstract, and also it can be public, protected, and private. Thank you very much for watching. I see you guys in the next video, and please subscribe my channel. I will be appreciated. Thank you.